7th of May, and we're going to start putting the spacers in. Here are these. I cut these before, and they're exactly 22.5 inches across. So since we already fastened this one down earlier, what we're going to do is just put this right in here, like that, and going to drill some pilot holes on this side and that side, and then fasten this thing in. This one here, and this one, well, that one's already secured, so we'll this one, and this one, and then we'll put some pilot holes here to screw the next one down onto this side. So those go like right here, and then you drill them at an angle. Okay. Now, let's get one more spacer, and the one more spacer goes here, of course. Now again, the purpose of these spacers is that they're 22.5 inches apart. So on center, what that'll do is that'll keep each of these rafters exactly 2 feet apart on center for all those, because the polycarbonate I'm going to be using has to have 24-inch on center points to fasten it down. So that's how we're going to do that. Also, putting this in like this provides a convenient way of fastening this down to the structure, you know, to make sure that if we get strong winds or something, it's not going to be like a wing and pick the whole thing up and do some damage that way. So here we go with these. Okay. That down. Okay, now there's one more to put in here, and I have to go get some more screws, but you get the idea. So what I'm going to do is fasten these all the way across like that, and then that'll hold this end down. They'll be spaced properly, and then we'll be ready to paint and to put the polycarbonate on. So let me get to work here, and I'll shut the camera down and show you how it is when we're all done. Okay, it is May the 28th today, 2016, and I've got these spacers installed here, all up and down the whole length, as well as the ones up there that you saw me do before. Now the only thing left to do is, of course, we've got to put some more spacers in between here. Those are going to be to support the plastic sheeting that we're going to use, and that's going to be a polycarbonate. But you can't just leave the whole thing open here, because it's not a good idea to do that, even though the sheets come in 8-foot sections. What you want to do is have some support halfway up, and we've found that if they're 4 feet apart or something like that, that works pretty good. That works pretty good. Even with a big snow load, it works quite well. So we're going to put some spacers here, and that's to support the covering. But we also have one more set of spacers like these to put, and that's up here. Now these need to be attached as well. As you can see, they're loose right now because they'll move. And what we need to do is put some spacers in here and attach all these down. Now these are going to be slightly different. Remember before I said the spacers had to be 22.5 inches. Well, you see, because the way we splice these boards, I've got a 2x4 on this side and one on that side. So normally, 22.5 inches between here and here is what you'd need. But with these boards here, these are 1.5 inches thick. So we have to go a little thinner on that. So that'd be a total of 3 inches. So instead of 22.5, we're going to go 19.5. And we're going to put them right here and screw them down, fasten them down, just like before, and starting on that end. So that's the next task, is to get all these put in. And after that, it's the spacers in the middle on each section like that to hold up the polycarbonate. And then we'll paint it all.